Hello everyone, welcome to Grammar Granny. So I have brought a worksheet for you in this video. You will be practicing synecdoche, euphemism, metonymy, then litotes, climax, anticlimax, pathos and irony. So we have covered all of these topics in the last video and I have posted the link to that video in this in the description box in this video, so that if you need, you can brush up once before starting the exercise. Okay. So there are 20 sentences I have given you, and there is the answer key at the end. So once you have attempted all the 20 sentences, check your answers using the answer key. And if you have any doubt, please get back to me. Write in the comment box or mail me and at grammargranny.info@gmail.com. So let's start with our exercise. So now let's discuss the answers. The first sentence says, "It is not impossible to be kind to others. You just need a bit of your heart." Now, this is an example of litotes, as we have used two negatives to assert a positive. So, the two negatives are not and impossible. So, when we say it is not impossible, what we mean is it is absolutely possible to be kind to others if we wish to. So, this was an example of litotes. The second example, he sacrificed his business, his home, and his honor for political gain. So this is an example of climax. So we can notice the rise in the intensity of ideas in each successive words, right? So someone has sacrificed his business, which means he has given up on his livelihood. Then his home, which indicates he perhaps left his family, and finally he gave up his honor. So that is the maximum thing that a person can sacrifice. But all of these he has done only for some political gain. So there was this rise of intensity of ideas. So this is an example of climax. Third sentence, he has many mouths to feed. So this is an example of synecdoche. Many mouths to feed means quite a few people depends on this person for their daily needs. It was an informal way of saying, okay, an informal way of saying that many people depend on him. So this was said in a shorter way and in a more descriptive way by using bare minimum words. Only two words were used to explain this whole thing. So many mouth. So this is an example of synecdoche. The fourth example. His voice is warm and husky like dark melted chocolate fudge caramel or something. Now this is bathos. What is happening in this sentence is someone's voice was being described with adoration. So when the sentence begins with a sense of adoration for someone, but as it progresses and towards the end, the word something. So when this word something has been used, so there has been a fall, okay, in the intensity, or I mean, it ended in a ridiculous tone. So the sense of adoration was replaced with a ridiculous tone. So this was an example of bathos. The fifth example. He fell sick by worrying so much about his health. Now this is an example of irony, situational irony to be precise, as there is a clash between expectation and the outcome. Okay, so there is a clash between expectation and the outcome. So let's analyze that. The person here is worried about his own health. So he should have, to keep himself in good shape, he should have taken precautions and other measures. Instead, he just kept worrying, which led to his ill health. So this was an example of situational irony. Now the next example. He was playing to the gallery. He was playing to the gallery. Now this is an example of metonymy. Like we know that when we use the name of one thing for another closely related to it, it is metonymy. Now here the word gallery has been used to mean audience or viewers. So, a gallery is a place where the audience or viewers gather to watch a performance, right? So, it may be a sporting event or a musical event, drama, dance, recital, whatever. So, played to the gallery means the person referred to here pleased the audience with his performance. Okay, so the word the word gallery is the metonymy for audience or viewers. The next example. England won the test match against Australia. So this is synecdoche, as we have used the name England for all the members of the English cricket team. Okay, so this is an example of synecdoche. Next example. In moments of crisis, I size up the situation in a flash, set my teeth, contract my muscles, take a firm grip on myself, and without a tremor, always do the wrong thing. So, this is anticlimax, as there is a sharp descent from an important idea to a trivial one, right? The person says that he or she prepares himself or herself to face crisis bravely in the best possible ways. Okay, he or she prepares himself or herself, but he or she ends up doing inaccurate things. So because of this fall, because of the sharp descent from an important to trivial, this is an example of anticlimax. The ninth sentence. I can't die yet. I've got responsibilities and a family, and I have to look after my parents. They are completely irresponsible and couldn't survive without my help. So, this is an example of bathos. The sentence unsuccessfully tried to evoke pity, instead, it has turned ridiculous. Okay, so this is an example of bathos. The next example. The House passed the bill with three-fourth majority. Now, this is an example of metonymy. The word house refers to the upper house or the lower house in the legislative assembly, parliament, like Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, in the case of Indian parliament. So, uh, this was an example of, uh, uh, this is an example of metonymy because the word house has been used instead of, Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha that way. The next example. My grandpa is a little thin on top. So this is euphemism. Why? Because when we say a little thin on top, we mean the person has lost some hair. Okay? So we replaced the expression less hair with thin on top to reduce the harshness and to sound pleasant to some extent, though the meaning remains unchanged. In this case. So this was an example of euphemism. The next sentence. John brought a gift for me from the USA, which was made in China. So, this is an example of situational irony, as the person who has visited the USA is expected to get a gift back home. I mean, if he is bringing any gift for anyone. So, in that case, it should be something made in USA, right? I mean, it should be like a local flavor for the person who is in back home, who will be receiving the gift. But in this case, he brought a gift back home for someone from the USA, which has been made in another country. So, what is happening here is that there is an inappropriateness between what was expected and what actually occurred. Okay, so this was an example of irony. Now let's read the next sentence, 13th sentence. Many countries have done away with capital punishment. Now this is euphemism. Here what we have done is we have replaced the word death sentence with the expression capital punishment to make it sound less harsh. Okay, so we have replaced the word death sentence with the expression capital punishment. So this is an example of euphemism. Next example, this man is no fool. So this is litotes. Why? As two negatives, that is no and fool, has been used to assert a positive. So when I say this man is no fool, I mean that this man is intelligent. Okay. Now the 15th sentence. Win the war, secure the peace, and earn the respect of the world. This is an extract from a speech by Barack Obama, the past president of the USA. It is an example of climax. So, why? As we notice, there is a steady rise to something more important and impressive,
in each successive phrases. Okay. Next is, among the great achievements of Benito Mussolini were the revival of a strong national consciousness, the expansion of the Italian Empire, and the running of the trains on time. This is anticlimax. Why? As there is a sharp fall from an important idea of reviving national consciousness to a trivial one like running trains on time. So, this was an example of anticlimax. Next, the 17th sentence. You won't be sorry you bought this smart gadget. So, this is litotus. As we notice, the use of two negatives, won't and sorry, to assert a positive. So, you won't be sorry means you will be satisfied or happy with the purchase of the smart gadget that has been talked about in this sentence. Okay. Now, the next sentence. It reads, the manager hired a few extra hands to finish the project at an earlier date. Now, in this sentence, a few hands mean a few people, some more employees. Okay. The manager has employed a few more people to finish the work early. This is synecdoche, as a part, that is hands, has been used to imply the whole, that is the employees or the workers. So, for this reason, this sentence is an example of synecdoche. Now, the 19th sentence. It was her dream to work for a big tech company in the Silicon Valley. Now, Silicon Valley, as we all know, refers to American tech industry in the California region. So, this is metonymy, as we have used a short phrase Silicon Valley for the descriptive phrase American tech industry. Okay, so Silicon Valley is the metonymy for American tech industry in the California region. Now, the last sentence. Let a man acknowledge his obligations to himself, his family, his country, and his God. In this sentence, the intensity of thought gradually increases in each successive words. So, from himself to family, followed by country, and finally God. So, this is an example of climax.
So if you have any doubts or any questions, then do write to me at grammargranny.info@gmail.com, or you can write in the comment box below. Okay. So in the next video, I'll come with more figures of speech, and so see you in the next video. Till then, take care all of you. Bye bye. Sayonara.